All right, real political as it gets. I'm in my other studio again. I might look a little sleepy because I am a little sleepy, but it is what it is. I had to get to this topic today, and really, what I want to know is where the Epstein files. For all of the MAGA people, when it was under Joe Biden and during the transition, and all of the lies that were being told, where are the Epstein files? Where's the list? What happened to the list? They said they would release the list back in February, and Donald Trump, during the interview, he said he would release it. And then he also said he didn't want to release it because he didn't want to protect the people that's on it, because it could ruin people's lives. But then now what we're hearing is it's no Epstein list. It's no list. And I don't know if y'all saw it, but also along with that, if you look at the Epstein footage when he was in jail, in prison, or whatever you want to call it, jail. I don't know if it's jail or prison, but it's a whole minute missing from the footage. What happened during that 1 minute? It's a whole 1 minute missing from the footage. So they said he killed himself, right? And I feel like this needs to be investigated further, because if he killed himself, and if that really transpired, what happened to the 1 minute? I really need to know what happened to the 1 minute. And I know some of y'all have a lot of excuses, because the way MAGA works, MAGA come up with new excuses every time, no matter what, all day, every day. It's another lie. And they just used to making excuses for this man. But where's the Epstein list? Where are the files? What happened to the 1 minute? 1 minute. Because, it only takes, 30 seconds for somebody to go in there and kill him. That's all it takes. So when you see this footage and you see from it goes from like 58 or 59 and it skips to the next minute. So what happened to the Epstein? What happened to Epstein? I mean, we're not asking this because we know Epstein was a bad person. We know the stuff that they said he did. We know the kind of parties he had. They were similar to what they're saying Diddy parties were. But did he kill himself is the real question. Did Epstein really kill himself while in that cell? Or is there more to that story? Without the Epstein files, without the list, without the 1 minute that's missing, I guess we'll never know. This is one of the biggest cover-ups in American history. Donald Trump should be being prosecuted for this. The Supreme Court should step in for this. We need some answers. Where is the files? Where is the Epstein 1 minute that's missing? And it's just a shame what's happening with this. It's even MAGA people like, Martin Taylor Greens and, the other right-wing Tucker Carlsons and all of these MAGA people. They're complaining, but you know how they do. They fall in line. They complain for a little bit. And these right-wing MAGA people, they talk like they're not happy and that they're willing to do this and do that. But in reality, like I know, they always fold. They always fold. So I'm not falling for all of that, but what I'm saying is the fact that they're even asking about it says a lot. So let's get down to the bottom of the Epstein files. Please, someone tell me what happened to the 1 minute. I need an explanation. I know y'all don't see me as nobody, but we as the American people, I'm speaking for the American people, we want an explanation. So that happened, Also, these floods, these massive floods is going on. It's flooding going on in Texas, like once in 100-year type of floods going on. Trump and Elon, they fired all of these people that read this stuff, read the weather instruments or whatever that gives you the accurate prediction of what's going to happen. It's over 100 people dead and missing. And I know y'all heard this from me already, and I know y'all heard about this, but what y'all didn't probably hear is that it's people coming from Mexico. The rescuers are coming from Mexico, volunteering to come from Mexico. They're not getting paid. They're coming from Mexico, and they're helping with the search and rescue. These are the same people that we talking about deporting and sending back. It's funny how American people always have something to say and always want to be paid or be, they want all this credit for all the stuff that they do. But these people came across the border in a country that wants them deported, that don't want them here. These are Mexican operatives from across the border, not from America. They came in from Mexico to search and rescue. And these are the people that y'all want gone. Y'all want these Mexican people gone. But these are the people who volunteered and went into these deadly floods. And they're out there on these rafts and these deadly floods, and they're doing a search and rescue mission. These are the same people. And y'all want these people gone. It should be a lot of outrage within the Hispanic community. All of these people that voted for Trump, all these Hispanic people, we're going to say Cubans mostly, because I know some people been getting on me saying it's not all Hispanics, mostly Cubans that voted for Trump. Like, this is a shame. So the fact that y'all hate on Mexicans so much, what are y'all doing to help? What are the Cubans doing right now to help? And other Hispanic communities, the Venezuelans, the other people from Peru and from all of these other Costa Ricas and DR and even the Puerto Ricans, what are y'all doing to help? What are y'all doing to help? So I'm gonna say that to say this: stop hating on the Mexicans, man. They human beings just like everybody else. But the fact that these good people stepped up to help with the search and rescue, I don't want to hear nothing else from another Hispanic race or Latin race or whatever you want to call it about Mexican people. I don't want to hear it no more. Or from the black people or from the white people. I don't want to hear it no more. Trump and all the Republicans and some of the even Democrats who voted for Trump, they voted because they wanted these wars ended. They said they wanted the wars ended. Trump said he would end them on day one. The Ukraine war, the Russian-Ukraine war, the other wars that's going on in Hamas and Israel. And I hear people complaining a lot about the money that was sent to Ukraine, but what about all the money that was sent to Israel? What about that money? And then also, if you look at the amount of money and support that's being sent to Israel, it's unreal. And then we turn around and they bomb Iran. Well, we bomb Iran and we kind of help Israel. However, in the Ukraine front, everybody said that Ukraine was, when Trump came in, that they didn't want peace, that they want to fight forever, that they didn't deserve our help, that we should stop sending money to them. That's what was said. But then turn around. And now Russia, Trump is starting to see Putin for what he is. He's starting to slowly see it. And now he's talking about potentially bombing Russia and bombing China. But this is the same guy who he said was his friend, that he would stand up to and that, he would end these wars. So now we're talking about bombing Russia. Now we realize that Ukraine wasn't wrong about not taking the deal. So how do y'all feel about that?